Welcome to Wiki Lecture 1.0, Bingo in the Commonwealth. Summary. Bingo, or Housey as it is formerly known in the United Kingdom, or Housey as it is known in New Zealand, India and Australia. Bingo is a gambling game that began in Italy in the 1500s. It is believed to have migrated through France and into Great Britain by the 1700s. Players mark off numbers on a ticket as they are randomly called out in order to achieve a winning combination. In this lecture, we will be discussing the description of the game, the business aspect, calling nicknames, the usage of bingo nicknames in the UK, the popularity of bingo sites in the UK, and Lucky 13. Description of the game. A typical bingo ticket, shown here, contains 27 spaces arranged in 9 columns and 3 rows. Each row contains 5 numbers and 4 blank spaces. Each number contains either 1, 2 or very rarely 3 numbers. The first column contains numbers from 1 to 9. The second column contains numbers 10 to 19. The third 20 to 29 and so on until the last column, which contains numbers from 80 to 90. The game is presided over by a caller, whose job it is to call out numbers and validate winning tickets. He or she will announce the prize or prizes for each game before starting. The caller will then usually say "eyes down" to indicate that he or she is about to start. He or she begins to call numbers as they randomly selected, either by a random number generator, by drawing balls from counters or counters from a bag, or from a mechanical draw machine. Calling may take the format of a simple repetition in the framework, both 5s, 55, 2 and 3, 23. Although some numbers have special calls due to their significance. The different winning combinations are a line of 5 numbers on the ticket, 2 lines covering 2 lines on the same ticket, full house covering all 15 numbers on the same ticket. In New Zealand, in bonus or super housing, games often 3 lines may be claimed top, middle and bottom, with larger prizes also played throughout the session. In the UK, however, it is most common for a line game to be followed directly by a 2-line game and then a full house game. In the UK, National Bingo game is only a full house game. The record payout for this National Bingo game is over £1,100,000. In all cases, the last number called must be in the winning sequence. If a player does not stop the game in time for the next number, the player's winning claim is often invalidated. When players first come to the venue, often a church hall, rugby club, or other place with sufficient tables and chairs, including UK, many specifically designed bingo clubs that can buy a book of tickets. Players generally play between 1 and 6 books. In New Zealand, a book usually contains 50 tickets, which are played over the course of the night. In UK bingo clubs, playing is divided into sessions with different books, each with a designated number of pages. Players in the UK usually prefer to buy books of 6 tickets containing all possible numbers in different combinations. As each number is called, players check to see the number appears on the tickets. If it does, they will mark it with a special marker called a dabber or dauber, shown here. When all numbers required to win a prize have been marked off, the player shouts in order to attract the caller's attention. There are no formal rules as to what can be shouted, but most players will shout yes or bingo. Some players may also choose to shout line or house depending on the prize, whilst others choose to shout house for any win, including a line or 2 lines. Players may use any other call to attract the attention of the caller. An official member of staff will then check the play. In the UK, with the increasing computerisation of bingo systems, an auto-validate system is often used in large clubs where a 1 to 8 digit security code, shown here, is read out by a member of staff and checked against the entry for that system. This saves the club from the time-consuming exercise of reading every number on the ticket. In smaller clubs, however, each number in the winning combination must be read out. The caller will check to see if each number has been called, and if it has, he or she will say something similar to "House correct, please play out." There is often an interval halfway through a game. In Australia and New Zealand, super housey tickets are played and raffles, if there are any, are drawn. In the UK, bingo halls, it is most likely for mechanised cash bingo to be played. The business aspect. In New Zealand and Australia, housey is often used as a fundraiser to charities, sports team and other groups, and raffles are sold before the game. Bingo, which used to be known as housey in the UK, is expanded into a highly profitable business, with many companies competing for customers' money. 2 is organised by churches and charities and social sports clubs as a way to raise funds. The largest companies with bingo halls in the United Kingdom are Mecca Bingo Limited, part of the Brand Group PLC, and Gala Bingo, part of the Gala Coral Group Limited. In Northern Ireland, one of the most large groups is Planet Bingo Group, with 7 clubs around the province. Online bingo is becoming increasingly popular. Many different companies launching sites including Ladbrokes and The Sun newspaper, as well as offering the familiar housey/bingo played by marking numbered books. Most large clubs have their tables modified for playing cash housey, mechanised cash bingo, or party bingo, using coin slots and an electronic crediting system. This is highly profitable for the operator, with a typical take of 50% of the stake. Mechanised cash bingo differs from paper bingo because it is played on a plastic bingo board that is 4x4 square and split into 4 columns of colours. The company involved will then use a computer called a stage rig controller to automatically take a participation fee, which is set by the operator, usually between 40 and 60%. The rest of the credit is then put into the prize pool to be played for. There are only 80 numbers in play. The numbers are called a lot faster by the caller, usually around 1.5 seconds. When a customer has a winning combination, they press the claim button to stop the game. This is profitable for the operator, as games are so fast. A huge parfait can be made in a few minutes. Winning combinations are usually lines across, diagonal, 4 corners, or 4 centre squares. In Northern Ireland, bingo clubs, where the laws governing bingo games are different from England, Scotland and Wales, it is common when playing party bingo for the caller to announce that the position or card has been won, ending a game, without the participation of the person playing. This enables the customer to play more positions in a hope for a better chance of winning. Use of bingo names in the UK. Since the introduction of random number generator in bingo halls in the UK, the usage of the bingo nicknames or bingo calls in the mainstream bingo has dramatically decreased. With an RNG, it is much less time consuming. It has been discovered that replacing the nicknames with simple repetition has allowed bingo halls to focus on the more lucrative business of mechanised cash bingo. Known in gala clubs as party bingo, Mecca clubs as cash line, and independent clubs, they refer to it as either one of the 2 previously mentioned names, or the tabletop or mini cash bingo. It's perhaps nostalgic to mention that usage of these nicknames tends to be greater where the focus of playing bingo is upon the fun rather than the big business. This includes British resort chains like Haven, British Holidays and Pontins, or social clubs and church halls. Bingo originates from the Italian lottery, Lotterio del Lotto d'Italia. From Italy, the game spread to France and was known as the Lotto, played by the French aristocracy. Bingo, as we know it today, was used in the 19th century in Germany as the educational tool to teach children multiplication tables, spelling and even history. The popularity of online bingo in the UK. The prevalence of the online bingo games dramatically increased the number of online gamers. Many online gaming community members in the UK have taken up to start learning and participating in bingo. Here are some of the most popular sites: Ladbrokes, Sun Bingo, and also foxybingo.com. Lucky 13. Lucky 13 is the name of a bingo-based game, sometimes known as Sticky 13, which is played most commonly in public houses in the UK. In the early 1990s, a misconception about the gaming act of the day was that if bingo was played using playing cards instead of numbers, this would allow public houses to get around the law, which prevented bingo being played for cash prizes in a public place. However, since the Gaming Act has no description of how bingo is played, this proved false. Despite the law, a large number of public houses continue to play the game and still do today. The current Gaming Act has since legalised all forms of small stakes bingo in public houses. The game is played almost identical to the standard game of bingo played in UK clubs and bingo halls, but instead of using 90 numbers, they use 52 playing cards, and the tickets being replaced by a hand of 13 playing cards. Each hand is being marked to prevent a card's swapping. Most games are played for bonuses, sometimes known as snowballs. Lucky 13 is usually played once or twice during the evening on a busy night, as opposed to 2 sessions with standard bingo. The most common night is being played on a quiz night. See also Federation of European Bingo Associations and also Pakapoo. References: wikipedia.org, Commonwealth Bingo. This video was last edited on Wednesday, the 19th of October at 12:42. Supporting text under the Creative Commons Attribution, Share Alike license. Additional terms may apply. See the terms of use for details.